You said that the prayer at dawn by Paramahansa Yogananda is the most powerful and transcendent prayer that you have ever heard. I've been searching for it all over the internet, and I found multiple variations of it. I'm not sure what about that prayer for you was so powerful, hearing it and
Oh.
repeating it.
Before you enjoy the video, if you want to go deeper with me, make sure you check out my meditation masterclass. It is unlike anything. It's pinned in the comments below. Master Yogananda is direct absolute, or all there is. He is not one of the 12 Elohim. He is the 13th old school OG ascended master. He is direct from the primal nature of existence itself. And the power that Paramahansa Yogananda has is unlike anything. And when I hear his voice, completely in tune with what he actually is, it is the most beautiful, overwhelming, transformative sound I've ever heard, as he is literally pouring out his heart as he says that prayer. I have yet to really listen to that prayer at any time and not just start weeping. And I mean not once. I can feel his power. And I have such a deep connection with that being. Prayer at dawn is the greatest thing I've ever heard. That's not even close.
I would love to get a link to that and put it in the show notes for people to have their own experience with it. Specifically the one that you're referring to, because I've found multiple variations of it. But that would be beautiful just to get to know. And prayer for me has become sort of a daily practice. There's something about it that it's not like I'm pleading to the universe, like, come and help me, come and do these things for me. It's like you're in that oneness with the Great Spirit and allowing it to use you as a channel, allowing it to live in a way and breathe through you. Do you have a daily prayer that you use that's your own?
Okay, first thing I want to say is that is the original intention of how prayer is meant to be used, the way that you're using it. That's exactly right, my friend. Okay, how it's essentially taught, and I went to Catholic school until 6th grade. How prayer is used now, it's separation and hierarchy. Okay, so we're praying to God or a saint or whatever. We're praying to something outside of ourselves and that is beyond us, right? So that creates separation and hierarchy, which weakens prayer. We've turned prayer into something that lacks all efficacy because it's completely and utterly untrue. There is no separation and hierarchy. God is within your consciousness. So if we're setting up a situation or a paradigm that there's something outside of us and beyond us that has to do something to help us because they're outside of us and because we're weak, the whole thing is false. The whole thing is false. And that's probably why that's the way it's been taught here for a while, most likely. Now you, because you're so wise, you pray the way it was meant to be done. It's a unification. It's a communication. It's a oneness. It's a oneness. And that's when you speak with God, the oneness. That's exactly right. That's where the power comes from. Now, and the truth. Now, did you ask me if I have a prayer? What did you ask me again?
Yeah. Do you have any daily prayer that you speak into existence every day?
I mean, there's only two. I wouldn't even say that I say it every day. It sometimes will come to mind, and it came to mind before we started the show. Right? And I said it. May every notion I give birth to bring about the victory of the light, and so it shall be.
Wait, let's say it again. Let's say it again. So it lands.
Yes. May every notion I give birth to bring about the victory of the light, and so it shall be. Now that just comes out sometimes. Now, dare I say, I live my life this way. So I'm not necessarily taking time out to say it because I feel that I live it. if that makes sense. But that definitely comes to mind. And the only other one that I have said every now and then is, "Speak, Father, your servant hears," which is actually that's a very old past life thing. Saint Alban. Saint Alban is an incarnation of Master Alban. It's something Saint Alban used to say all the time. I found myself saying it sometimes. "Speak, Father, your servant hears." So those two things come to mind.
When you ask the Father to speak, do you hear specific instructions?
I mean, it depends. It depends. It can be. It can be. How I tend to work with myself in general, is this deep inner knowingness that doesn't require asking anything. If that makes sense, that may sound weird, but it's just this deep inner knowingness. And really, the goal, at least for RJ, whoever the hell RJ is, this goal is to know thyself so deeply, because the self is knowingness. The self is the timeless wisdom and unconditional love. So to be able to go so far deep within myself into the knowingness that that's all that comes out is this timeless wisdom and unconditional love. It's not so much, let me quote unquote ask a question of God. Now, that being said, getting way ahead of myself, because the third book is about to come out. The fourth book has direct communication with God in the fourth book. So there are times that I was speaking with God to get clarification on certain things. And that's actually going to be the fourth book. I hope you enjoyed the video. Now, if you are desirous of more of the real you and less of your conditioned, agitated mind, if you know that you can create a life that you're not leading right now, but you know you can, check out my meditation masterclass. It's pinned in the comments below.